working on the driveway. We went up there and worked on the road some, especially going down there before you get to the house because it was awful rough. So here's the new deal. This thing here, it's got some walnuts in it. I was cleaning out the shed out there to move the dump truck in. And there they are. Nice walnuts. So this has to be manipulated. Both of these have to be pulled up at the same time to get to them. Hello, Frank. Pretty cool. Good. So that's walnuts. I mean, the same thing that's in the jar, except for these are not cracked or anything. Just got the hull off of them. Oh man, I am so sore. Got that working where I sit at for the live streams at night. But from Wednesday, getting all this gravel and stuff out and spread it around and killing the garden and all that, it feels like someone's beat me with sticks or something. It's terrible. Sitting around all winter time. I keep hearing noises too. So I decided to go live. I'm fixing to go up to Stinky Holler. Sitting around all winter time has made me ugh. You know what I'm saying? Of course. I'll call you back, Dad. I don't feel like doing any work right now. Bailey's tired too. But we're going to go up Stinky Hollow. We're going to take the 360 cam up there as soon as I get one more battery charged. I'm taking the 360, my regular camera, the phone and all that. Right now I'm going to sit and relax and enjoy my coffee. Nobody ever calls until I go on live. It's weird. Someone mentioned about checking the garden for tracks. I did. I didn't see anything in there. Someone mentioned about putting flour down to get tracks, and I can't stress this enough. A lot of people have made that comment, and flour's not going to work around here, guys. It rains too much. All I'm going to have is a doughy mess in the yard or wherever I put it at. What I can do is rake down things, and like in the barn, places that don't get wet. But one thing about rain is it makes mud, and you can find tracks in mud. So, yeah. Enjoy my coffee before we go out. The boogers are around right now. I'm hoping they're up Stinky Holler. They seem to like that place. This below where the structures were. I'm kind of interested in going up there and seeing the structures. Yesterday we was out and got that dump truck hauled in. Another project to take up my time, I guess. But it's something I do that for a living, and if I can get it going, it'll be all right. Maybe put him a nice camper shell on the back of that and have one heck of a booger wheel, can you? And if you ever want to clean it out, you just dump it. I'm not really sure about birthing seasons, to be honest. I mean, I guess it's possible, and I always take things into consideration. And I've heard quite a few people talk about that, but I don't know. You'd have to prove that. There is something about the spring, this time of the year, next month too, that they get awful excited and they get awful vocal and they start really doing a lot more stuff. And I've documented that throughout the last few years. But as far as the season, I mean, I don't know. That would Why would they only give birth one time of the year? You know what I mean? All of them together. I don't know if that's how it works. I'll leave it at that. Another thing, I've got last night I ordered a FLIR for this phone, and I'm hoping I can go live stream with the FLIR running the camera. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's always nice to have an extra FLIR. I like the FLIRs because they don't put out a light source. They indicate heat. There's no infrared used in them, and there's something about the infrared that the boogers can see it, or I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. But I'm going to try to make it over to Virginia this summer to Fred Caney, the guy I had on here. And I like Fred. Now, some of his things are pretty far-fetched. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody. What I appreciated about Fred, though, is you could ask him questions and he would answer it. He wouldn't get mad about it. He would answer your questions, all right? Now, you may agree or disagree with answers, but he would answer it in a civilized way. So Fred's invited me to come out to his camp where he's got these, I guess, clans of Bigfoot that congregate there. And one of the rules is no cameras. What the heck was that? He said cell phones were fine. Right, and they go live there. Hopefully I can go live there on YouTube, and hopefully this FLIR will work, and we're going to try the FLIR. But I've heard from several people now, myself included, if you're not using a camera, and I don't know what it is, I mean, nobody does, I don't guess. Can they sense it? They know something's up with them? I mean, we don't know. But as soon as you turn the camera off or whatever, bam, something always happens. It always happens. That's why I always leave a recorder or something going. Like whenever I go out before I stop at a spot, I've got that recorder going. But like I was saying, Fred would answer the questions. He wasn't getting triggered about it, wouldn't cuss you about it and start name calling and all this. I mean, that's silly. That's silly. Listen, if you put something out there and somebody asks you a question about it and you get triggered because of that question, there's something up there. I mean, sorry, but there is. If there's something going on there. And maybe it's because they have to look at themselves and explain it. I mean, I don't know. But again, I don't know about what all Fred talks about. I mean, I just don't know. But he's good enough to invite me over to his area. Now, if it takes me to go over there and not use my camera and sit around the camp to have interactions with these things, dang right I want to do it. I won't pull the camera out at all. Not at all. To have the interactions like he's talking about, definitely. I mean, it's worth it. Okay, I'm not going to videotape anything on here and prove it to anybody that wants to remain a non-believer. There's nothing I can do. One could walk out in front and bench press that dump truck out there, and they're not going to believe it. And in a way, I can't blame them. But once you know these things are real, and I've known for a couple of years now they're real. I mean, to be honest, I just want to have a good sighting. I mean, it's not. I've had a couple of brief sightings, but I just want to have that good sighting. That's all. So we'll see what goes on up there. But there's people in the chat right now that that it said no cameras in, in their camp at night. I mean, during the day or whatever, I guess it's fine there. But I understand it. I've allowed people here, and people's had cameras here, and we've had interactions. Got a few interesting things on film actually. But I mean, you can ask the people that's even been here. Whenever we're not rolling, that's whenever stuff happens more. And again, I don't know why it's like that. I really don't. Right. You can understand that. Anybody that goes to someone else's area needs to respect that area and respect. It number one, there's to develop any sort of relationship with these boogers takes a lot of time. A lot of time. It don't happen overnight. Now, someone could look up and have a sighting or something like that. Sure, that can happen. But to build a relationship and to get to know them and to have interaction with them, it takes a lot of time. It don't happen overnight. Man, it feels great out here. But if you go to the person's area, then you should respect uh, their rules, basically, and see what happens. I mean, does it hurt to try new stuff? Yeah, I totally agree, D. I mean, and a lot of the people that tell you that are hypocritical as could be. I mean, they really are, and I don't understand it. I do my own thing, okay, and I'll ask people questions, and if they get triggered about questions, then that's on them. I'm not out here to dog anybody. I mean, I don't have time for that drama. I really don't. I don't care. If you're going to tell me something, then I want and I ask a question about it, then I mean, just answer the question. It's just a question. Now, if you don't want to answer that question because it makes you look bad, then perhaps you ought to look at what you're doing or saying and maybe not do or say that. Well, it might have been a gunshot if there's a chicken up there in the barn shooting guns. It came from behind the barn. I think it was the wind blowing something. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's putting a lot of stuff out there, and a lot of people might have disagreed with me even having Fred on. But again, I appreciate that he answered the questions, and didn't get mad about it. Just answered the questions. Now, like, as far as mind speaking stuff, I don't buy into it. I'm not, you know, I've never had it happen here, and people that I know and trust that I've known for a while has never had it happen. But that don't mean it don't happen at all. But that's a pretty bold claim that demands, in my opinion, it demands evidence. Like, say for instance, a booger is going to tell me in my brain that he's going to push down a tree, and I say, "Hey guys, the tree's getting ready to fall," and then a couple of minutes later or whatever, a tree falls. That would be some pretty interesting proof, right? It would be hard to argue that. What? But anyway, I just figured I'd jump on here live. It man, it's been such a nice day. I wish I wasn't so sore and tired. But I'm gonna walk up Stinky Holler. I've been wanting to go up there for a while now, and they're back in the area. It's kind just me taking a pot shot of where they could be at. They could be several different places. Fred talks about the birthing areas, and again, I've heard other people talk about such things. And maybe that's real. There's something about Stinky Holler that they seem to enjoy when they're around here, and especially in the springtime. Exactly, Robert. Exactly. That's it. That's it. And you know, there's been times where I probably said stuff that I shouldn't have said. Like, basically, I just whatever I say is my opinion, and you know, like the mind speak or whatever. I really I can't say that I believe it because it's never happened to me. I've never seen any good evidence of that happening. And until I do, then that's my belief. That's all. That's me. I think that could be a sexy dump truck if I did some work on it. Right, D. What? Exactly. People want to put things in a box. And I don't know. I was looking for what happened to Aqua. I must have missed something. But whatever happens here may not happen in Texas. You know, it may not happen in Ohio. I know a lot of things that happen here don't happen in Ohio. Me and Angie talk a lot. And she's just a good person that I can trust, right? And she's got amazing communication, documents it so well, and all that. But some of the things are similar. And I always put it like this: it's like families celebrating Christmas. My family might do it this way. Your family might do it another way. It's the same deal, but different little things to it. We might eat ham and you eat turkey. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Except for boogers. They probably eat both ham and turkey. From Walmart. Hello, Bailey. Did you have a good nap? Huh? You want to make a speech or anything? Here, make a speech. Right. Oh, yeah. And there's Try Hard. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh. Oh. Oh, we wouldn't say nothing bad about you, Angie. I missed it again. I was just saying how things, you know, you and I talk a lot, and how things are different here than they are there. But there's a lot of things that's the same, but there's little twerks to them. My boogers enjoy bringing dead things here, where yours might bring toys or something like that. yours are yours are a little bit more creative than mine. But maybe it's where I like food. I don't know. Baby, you ready to go boogering? Did you have your nap? Huh? Did you have your nap? Where's them boogers at? Where's them old boogers? Y'all hear that knock? Oh, that's a good one. I hope I wasn't talking. They're here. They're around right now. Nobody heard the knock? Hello? There went a pop. There went the knock again. Hello? And it came from behind the barn. Maybe that wasn't the wind that done it a while ago. Up above the barn, I should say. Hey guys. One of them just brain talked to me that they're going to push down a tree. Either that or it was Bailey saying she wanted a hot dog. I couldn't quite make it out. I see ya. I just grow a garden here. However, I am looking into growing hemp. I want to apply for a license. You have to have a license to grow hemp in Kentucky. And if I get that license, then I'm plowing everything from these pine trees down to where the bottom ends. And, well, I guess I will. It depends on how much you're allowed to grow. But one of my dreams would be for this place to become a working farm. And that way I don't have to go work for somebody else. Why kill myself for somebody else? I'm not going to get rich doing that. Which I don't care about being rich. I just want to make a living at doing stuff around here. So I'm going to have a go at that, I think. God bless Daniel Boone. What? God bless Daniel Boone, or use the man. You should be protected above all things evil. I'm not really sure what that means. I am related to Daniel Boone. His brother, Squire Boone, is my great grandpappy. Little clucky kid. Oh yeah, here's something else I've noticed. I think Clokey might have a boyfriend. I hope it's not her brother. What? No. Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Try hard. Show them how you hoax. By picking on the ground? I guess it was Bailey mind talking to me. I haven't heard a tree fall. You guys are silly. Oh. Let's see if we can see the knocker. It's hard for me to see the comments right now because the sun's glaring on the phone. Is that a hoot? That's a dove. Or is it? What the heck was that? Hello? See, this is another thing. And I've heard several people bring this up. Misdirection. You start poking around in one place, there'll be a noise come from a totally different place. And that's why I think these guys working like. There might be something come down and hit this tin wall. What we heard. I'm going to mess back here now. We're in the barn. Anyways. Look at that drive. Still got a little bit of work to do on it, but it ain't that sexy. I believe this is dry enough to till now. But anyway, I figured I'd jump on here while I drink my coffee before I am going up Stinky Hollow right in a little bit. I'm now actually thinking about leaving a live stream up here at the house. See if anything happens while we're gone. Look here. I don't know about this, you all. Might be a bit too early for the peach blooms. There's been a bunch of dogwood blooms. The apple trees ain't bloomed yet. The berry bushes are starting to bud out, I noticed too. I got one's going down to the creek. There's the one that you got me, Jay. Give me. I think it's going to make. The birds are coming back, singing. Won't be long, the mushrooms will be up. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on and talk about, don't be afraid to try new things. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but last night I ordered a FLIR for this phone. Yeah, I did mention that. I'll mention it again. I ordered a FLIR for this phone, And I think it'll work on my other phone too. They're both Android. I'm hoping I can live stream with those. The IR camera that Carrie and them sent me, it don't even work now. So I don't know what's up with that. But it's not really too big of a deal because there is something about IR. And I say this through, you know, my trial and error. And, you know, again, what I talk about is from what works here. You know, IR might work fine somewhere else, but it don't work here. I've done enough tests and such to show that, I think. I mean, like the game cameras, they use IR, and I can put a game camera up and nothing comes around that game camera with the area in front of it anyway. No boogers. But the infrared seems to be a different story. I've got 2 videos that I'm pretty sure there's boogers in them. One behind that tree right there, and one behind that big tree up there. But don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to ask people questions. There's actually, in my opinion, there ought to be a lot more questions being asked. Try and think for yourselves. And also remember, there's also 2 sides to a story. Whenever you got 2 people involved. And whenever you ask questions about that, and one side decides to answer those questions, and the other side decides just to call you names and cuss at you, then that kind of says a lot for me. But that's me. What, D? I'm looking for boogers. I thought it was him. I always get whistled at. They might be whistling at my driveway though. Look at that. Look how sexy that is. Probably whistling at my driveway. Anyway, I'll get a live feed going up here, but I'm going out in the woods and exploring Stinky Holler. So I should be gone for quite a while. Pretty good hike back up in there. So I'll start the live feed here in a little bit, and we'll go from there. Let me go get ready. Be back on in a bit.